middle back.
To be on the other end of Nico's first career touchdown as a Vol, what did that mean for you to see him in that moment and, being on the other end of that?
I mean, just for him to go out there and kill it the way he did was awesome to see, especially I practice get most of my reps with him every day, so it kind of just felt second nature, and he was spinning the ball out there, and for me to catch it was a big deal. I kept the gloves. I have him sign them today, so those will probably be hanging up in my house after his career here, so pretty cool.
Ben and then Vince.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Nico as well in that moment. Why do you think the offense all came over and kind of mocked him afterwards after he threw that first touchdown?
Just because you see all the work he puts, and he's never complained about not being able to get into games. When there's a couple games we should have taken care of business, and he would have got drives in. And he's never complained about that. He just shows up and does the work, and he's always super humble about it. So to see him have success, everybody understands the work he's put into it.
Vince?
Couple things to ask him separately. Do you and Nico have any sort of nickname on your connections, like Cali to Cali or anything like that?
Just California boys. We talk about it all the time, and that's my guy. So for him to throw it to me was pretty cool.
Give me a breakdown of your dance celebration.
It's a reference back to an old song from the 2000s. I won't name drop the song, but the artist is his name is Down, aka Kilo, and that's the dance that I did.
Eric? And then Adam?
Kind of break down your play, the touchdown reception you just had. Of course, a little play action on the front, and then what sprung you to the end zone. Kind of walks through that play.
Just play action, frontside insert, and Nico gave him the little dip and brought that linebacker forward, and then he just ripped one right behind the ref, and I was already kind of naked, and then not a very good tackle by that safety coming over, bounced me into the end zone.
Adam?
You've seen Nico in practice all year and now seeing him in games. He may be the starter next year. I know you'll be gone, but that's what he's working for. Do you see the progress that he's made so far this year as an indication he could be ready next year?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you just see he's a lot of throws early on. When he was a freshman, you could tell he kind of got a little amped up, and he'd throw some, and I'd be like, I'm too old to be jumping that high for those balls. But he's kind of brought it down, and you could just tell the way he operated in the game. He was calm, cool, collected. Even when he got flushed out of the pocket, he's still operating, which is crazy to see at that young of age.
And secondly, we see Coach Heupel, he's a very laid back, super friendly guy. But is there is he more competitive on game day? Is there an edge behind the scenes in games that we don't see?
Yeah, I think he can flip the switch on, and it's every time we go out on the field, our goal is to be the best team on the field. And if you don't have that edge and you kind of take stuff lightly, then you can be in close games with games you shouldn't be close in. So he kind of gets everybody fired up, ready to go right before the game starts.
Sam?
For you guys on offense, how fun was it just to watch the defense, find the end zone 3 times?
Oh my goodness, we were sitting there getting ready to go, and then they just kept scoring, and I was like, I don't know if we're gonna go in the rest of the game. It was insane. I've never seen anything like that.
We'll go Ryan, then we'll go to John.
Young guy Ethan Davis made some plays at the end of the game. How would you say how he played?
I think he played great. He went in there. Obviously, he's still got stuff to work on, but you can tell that he's been making strides, especially in the run game. Stuff that in the spring he didn't know how to do. He's gotten a lot better at it, and as he gains weight and gets stronger, he's going to be even more. But he, in the pass game, I already expect that from him because he's just so talented with the ball in his hand.
You've alluded to it a few times what this opportunity to play SEC football means to you. You've now got a career high in FBS touchdowns in your career. Just what is this whole experience? I know you got a few games left here, but just what is this experience? It has to have exceeded your expectations so far.
I mean, I took a leap of faith coming here. I didn't know if I was going to get to play or not, and to come in and just be a part of the offense the way I am is amazing. So I've just taken every opportunity I got and made the most out of it. And obviously I've produced even more than I thought I could have in the spring, and I've taken just bounds as a football player, and that's testament to the support staff we have, the strength coaches, and the coaching that I've gotten from Abe. So
We'll go right here in the middle.
And to follow up on that, coming here and improving yourself as a football player, does it change your thoughts of what happens after this season? And did you come to the SEC maybe thinking, I've got a chance to maybe improve myself and put myself into the mix for an NFL future?
yeah, I think that's the whole thing. Was I came here to kind of prove myself that I belong in that next level of football, and I think as I've gotten better and I'm going to continue to get better throughout the rest of the season, it's kind of felt like I definitely can belong in that space, and if I keep making my strides, I'll end up hopefully playing a long time after this.
We'll do two more. We'll do Eric and then we'll finish with Vince.
You and Jacob caught several touchdown passes already this season, but you had a nice block on Dylan Sampson's touchdown run in Kentucky. Jacob had a nice block on Jalen Wright's touchdown run on the first series of the game. How much pride do you guys as a group take in run blocking?
I think that's the big step. If you look at the film from last year, this year that we've taken is like we've drilled a lot more of the run blocking, just the technique and the basics. And you know, our coach was a O-line guy, so he really hammers it home. And that's kind of the thing is like you don't want to be the one that misses a block and leads like a touchdown run to being only an 8-yard gain. So priding ourselves on just finishing guys at the end of the runs and being the ones that create space for the running backs to do their thing.
Vince, we'll finish with you.
Two quick things. As Joe has played so well, and then the receivers seem to be getting more comfortable, are you seeing the offense evolve in terms of expanded play calling and things you guys can do in our calls, like with the coaches getting more comfortable with the players? Are you seeing the offense evolve from that standpoint as well?
Yeah, I think we're running kind of the stuff that we've already been running, but at a higher level, and dudes are making better decisions, and we're just operating at the tempo that we want to be. And I think that's why we're catching people off guard, is we're starting to move towards that faster tempo that we kind of want.
And what do you know about Missouri's defense?
They're solid. They're talented up front. They got 2 guys in the interior that can switch with each other and play really well. Their linebackers are sneaky athletic and really good cover guys. And I mean, they're a good team this year, so it's going to be a dogfight and it's going to be a physical game.
Thanks, Cali. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, guys.